welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here.
If you've got a son who hates reading, I want you to hear this first. It's not because he's lazy, and it's not because he's just not a reader. There is a real, well documented reason boys fall behind in reading and writing, and once you understand what's actually going on, you can do something about it. I'm Simone. I've been teaching for 25 years, and this exact gap, the one between how boys and girls engage with reading, is something I see in my classroom every single year. So let's talk about why it happens, and more importantly, what actually works. During my teaching years, somewhere along the way, I noticed the same pattern over and over. Boys falling behind in reading and writing, not because they couldn't do it, but because the usual approach just wasn't built for how they engage. So I started changing how I taught, and the difference it made was honestly bigger than I expected.
That's what this whole channel is about. Every video here is going to give you real practical strategies for reading comprehension, for writing, for getting a reluctant reader through a book he hates, all of it, pulled straight from what I actually do in my own classroom. This isn't generic advice, it's what's worked again and again with real boys who felt exactly like yours might feel right now.
If that sounds like something you need, hit subscribe. I've got a whole series of videos ready for you, starting with why boys fall behind in reading in the first place and exactly what to do about it. I'm really glad you're here. Let's get started. So here's what's actually going on. There are three things I see over and over with boys who struggle with reading and writing.
Number one, content mismatch. A lot of what schools assign just doesn't line up with what boys are naturally curious about at that age. It's not that boys can't engage with reading, it's that the material on offer often isn't built for their interests. Number two, the patience gap. Reading asks for delayed gratification. You put in effort now, and the payoff, understanding the story, finishing the book, comes later. But boys are often competing with things that reward them instantly: games, videos, quick hits of stimulation. Reading just can't compete on that timeline unless we change how we frame it. Number three, writing struggles bleed into reading. For a lot of boys, writing is physically and mentally harder. Getting thoughts onto a page, forming letters, organizing ideas. And when writing feels like a losing battle, that frustration spills over into how they feel about reading too. The two are more connected than people realize. Now, here's the important part. None of this means your son can't become a strong reader and writer. It means the standard approach just isn't built for how he engages with the material. That's it. That's the whole reframe. So let's get into what I actually do about it. The three things that make the biggest difference starting today.
Strategy 1. Let him choose the topic, not just the reading level. Forget about finding the perfect level book for a minute. Instead, ask what he's actually interested in: sports stats, dinosaurs, cars, a video game's backstory, and find reading material in that world. To give you a quick example, I had a student who wouldn't touch a novel but handed him a book about the rules in football, and suddenly he was reading and asking questions about it. Strategy 2. Read out loud together, longer than you think you should. A lot of parents stop reading aloud with their kids once they can read on their own. But reading together, even past the age you'd expect to stop, builds a completely different relationship with books. It takes the pressure off decoding words and lets him actually enjoy the story. Strategy 3. Short writing bursts tied to something he actually cares about. Instead of assigning a topic, let him write about something he's genuinely into, even if it's just 3 sentences about a game he played or a moment from his day. Short, low pressure, and tied to real interest beats a long assigned essay every time, especially early on. You can also let him write something about the book he read earlier on. Let him answer questions, for example: what is the book about? What did you like or dislike about the story? So, to sum it up, this isn't about fixing your son. It's about matching your approach to how he actually engages with the world. Remember the reluctant student I spoke about earlier? Once we shifted to material he actually cared about, everything changed. his confidence, his willingness to try, all of it. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through the exact comprehension trick I use with my most reluctant readers. So hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And before you go, drop a comment with your son's age and his biggest struggle with reading or writing. I will read your comment and use it to help me decide on what I make videos about next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.